Good evening. This is the homework for Wednesday night, May 29th. I'm going to run through your 5 homework problems for tonight, help you out with the answers, and show you guys how I worked them out. So I'm going to read the first one here to you and walk you through the different steps. So your first problem was this. The science club went to the museum on a field trip. Each club member paid $16 for a trip. And there were 23 members on the trip. What was the total amount the team members paid? So those are your two numbers you're using for the problem, and you should set this one up as a multiplication problem. This is a basic 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication problem. So I'm going to walk you through and show you 2 different ways to solve this. I'll show you the traditional multiplication way, and then also, I know some of you guys like using lattice, so I'll also show you the lattice way to do it. So on your traditional multiplication way, you have 16 times 23. 6 times 3 is 18. Put down your 8, carry your 1. 3 times 1 is 1, plus the 1 is a 4. Put down your 0. You have 2 times 6 is 12. Put down your 12. Carry your 1. 2 times 1 is 2. Plus 1 is 3. Now you're going to go ahead and add. You have 8 plus 0 is 8. 4 plus 2 is 2. Or 4 plus 2 is 6, and then you're going to bring down your 3. So your final answer should be 368, and that is in dollars. Okay? If you're a lattice person, you should go ahead and make your lattice and then set it up so you have 16 and 23. You have 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. So that's how your lattice should look before you add. Then you're going to go ahead and add your diagonals. So you have 8, 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 3 is 6, 1 plus 2 is 3, and again your dollars. So your final answer is 368, no matter which you did it. So that was your answer to the first one. All right, your second problem was a multi-step. You have a little bit of division, a little bit of fractions. You have Cooper has 2 boxes of blocks. Each box is a total of 100 blocks. He built a house out of the blocks using 1/10 of all the blocks. How many total blocks did Cooper use? So here's what you have to do. You have to actually start off by figuring out how many total blocks there were. You have 2 boxes of 100. So your first step is actually really simple. You're going to take the blocks, which are 102 boxes, and multiply them out. And then you get your 200. And then the next step is a little bit more complicated. So we did some of these earlier when we did fractions. So you have 1/10 of 200. And you remember when you're doing these, you're going to multiply the top number by your whole number, and you're going to divide by your numerator. So in this case, you have 1 times 200 is 200, and then 200 divided by 10. If you can do 200 divided by 10 in your head, you're more than welcome to. If you need to see it and work it out, you have 10 goes into 20. It doesn't go into 2. It does go into 20 twice. You multiply. 2 times 10 is 20. 20 minus 20 is 0. Bring down your 0. 10 can go into 0 times. Subtract it out. You get 0 remainder. And your quotient is 20, so your answer on number 2 is 20 blocks. 20 blocks should be your answer. Okay, moving on. Number 3. Okay, Alex and Xander bought pretzels for their snack. Alex has twice as many pretzels as Xander. They have a total of 57 pretzels in all. How many pretzels do Alex and Xander have? Okay, this is a kind of a guess and check problem. So what I like to do with this is this. I take the information that I have. I know that Alex and Xander have pretzels. I know that Alex has twice as many as Xander, and I know that eventually I need to get to a total of 57. So what I do is I usually just start off and I pick 2 numbers that I think are going to be close to 57, and I work from there. So if I know that they're twice as much and I need to be near 57, I might do something like I might start off with 40 and 20. Fits the rule that you have twice as much for Alex as Xander, but when I add them up, I'm not quite there. I'm at 60. So I think to myself, all right, if my sum's 60, do I need to make my numbers bigger or smaller? So in this case, I need to make them smaller so I can get to 57. So what I do is I look at the sum. If I'm a long way off, I might change my numbers by 5 or 10. If I'm really close, though, I just move them very slightly. So in this case, I'm going to move Xander down 1, but I still need to follow my rules for my problem. So if I go Xander to 19, I need Alex to have twice as many, so that would be 38. And then I'm going to take it and add it. So 9 plus 8 is 7. Carry my 1. 1 plus 1 plus 3 is 5. So my final answer should be 57, just like that. They're twice as many, so it fits the rule. So my answer would be Xander would have 19 pretzels, Alex would have 38 pretzels. So that's my answer for the third one. Okay, my next one is question 4, and this is a multi-step problem. This is a multiplication and division problem, and it says there are 9,238 people at the North Carolina State Fair. Half the people bought 5 tickets, the other half bought 4 tickets. How many tickets were sold in all? So what I need to do is I'm going to take my 9,238, and the first thing I need to do is figure out what's half of it. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to divide it by 2. Okay? So I go 9 into 2, that goes 4 times. That's 8. 4 times 2 is 8. Subtract. 9 minus 8 is 1. I'm going to bring down my 2. 2 goes into 12 6 times. Put up my 6. 6 times 2 is 12. Subtract that, I get a 0. Bring down my 3. 2 goes into 3 1 time. 1 times 2 is 2. Subtract. 3 minus 2 is 1. Bring down my 8. 18. 2 goes into 18 9 times. 9 times 2 is 18. I get no remainder. So half of my number is 4,619. Now, I want to know how many tickets the people bought at the fair. And I know that half the people is 4,619. So half of them bought 4 tickets, half of them bought 5 tickets. So my next step is I have to take the 4,619. I'm going to multiply it twice. So I'm going to multiply it once by 4. And I'm going to multiply it once by 5. I'm going to take my two sums then, and I'll have my answer. Or I'll take my two products, make them into a sum, and have my answer. I'm sorry. All right, so you have 9 times 4 is 36. Put down my 6, carry my 3. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7. 4 times 6 is 24. I'm going to put down my 4, carry my 2. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 2 is 18. So my answer for the number of tickets sold for the people that bought 4 tickets was...
Please send Aiden Bill to the office. Aiden Bill, come to the office.
18,476. For my 4,619, I have 9 times 5 is 45. Put down my 5, carry my 4. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 is 9. 5 times 6 is 30. Put down my 0, carry my 3. 5 times 4 is 20, plus that 3 is 23. So my answer for the number of tickets sold for people that bought 5 was 23,095. I'm now going to take my two products, which was 23,095 and 18,476, and I'm going to add them together. So 5 plus 6 is 11. Put down my 1, carry my other 1. 1 plus 9 plus 7. 17, put down my 7, carry my 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 3 plus 8 is 11. Put down my 1, carry my other 1. 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4. So my final answer should be 41,571. Okay, last problem of the night. You're adding fractions on this one. Problem looked like this. Carson bought 3 2/10 gallons of gasoline for a car. Grace bought 7 1/5 gallons of gasoline for a car. How many gallons of gas did Carson and Grace buy in all? So I'm going to go ahead and write my mixed numbers down. It's a funny looking 2. Okay. Now, we're adding a mixed number. I always like to start with adding the fractions first in case I have to regroup. Then I can go back and put that with my whole number. So looking at these two fractions, I actually can't add them together because they don't have the same denominator. So the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to change my 5 into a 10. So when I change my 5 into a 10, I'm going to multiply it by 2, which means I also need to multiply my top number by 2, which gives me a fraction of 2/10. So I now have 17 and 2/10 plus 13 and 2/10. I add my fraction together first, and I get 4/10. And then I add my whole number together, and I get 13 plus 17 is 30. So I have 30 and 4/10. If I simplify it, I have 30 and 2/5. So that should be your final answer for this problem. You also have to create your own word problem tonight. I can't wait to see what they are, whether you did a multi-step or a fraction step, and I hope you enjoy checking your homework tonight online. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.